The whole concept of the remnant is in the Hebrew Scriptures. The godly ones is a term found frequently in the Psalms and refers to those who are righteous. Of course, that's going to be the remnant. God has chosen Abraham to command those in his house to keep the way of the Lord by doing justice and righteousness. Righteous does not mean perfect. Instead, it means faithful and upright with a heart to always do the will of God. Now, who are the godly ones? Well, let's take a look in the Psalms and David. Oh, love the Lord, all you his godly ones. These godly ones are going to be the remnant. They're the righteous ones. The Lord preserves the faithful. Preserves is natsar, to watch over or guard. So God is really watching over and protecting them, and fully recompenses the majestic doer. Now, recompense is to make them complete and full. Now, the key word here is doer, because it's the ones who do the righteousness. It isn't enough just to think about it. Now, let's look at another one. The godly ones. Gather my godly ones to me, those who have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. A covenant is an agreement where you pledge you're going to keep your end of the covenant. The sacrifice is really interesting because there are different types of sacrifices. One of them is the free will offering, and I think that's what this is, because half of the roasted animal will go to the priest, the other half you take home, and you invite your family and your friends to share this love of God that you have. And that's the sacrifice. Why has God chosen Abraham? I have chosen Abraham. The English translation is not correct. The Hebrew word is yada, which is to know, but it's to know so intimately. And that's the relationship that God had with Abraham, so that he may command his children and his household after him to keep the way of the Lord by doing righteousness and justice. The Hebrew is wonderful. La'asot tzedakah u'mishpat. Mishpat, it's to judge what is right. God judges what is right. So tzedakah is a behavior that is morally right with God. And it is distinguishing between right and wrong and always doing what is right. So we see in one of the Psalms, be glad in the Lord and rejoice, you righteous ones, and shout for joy, all you who are upright in heart. Now let's take a look at God, because God is righteous, certainly. The rock, his work is perfect. Perfect is tamim, which is the animal that you brought as a sacrifice to God. It had to be absolutely perfect. For his ways are just. And just, of course, is that mishpat, a God of faithfulness without injustice. Faithfulness is to stand firm, stand fast. And that is our God. And that is the one that we want to be like. That's what it means. And it ends righteous and upright. So what have we done? The godly ones is a term found frequently, especially in the Psalms. This refers to those who are righteous. God knows Abraham in an intimate way, a relationship that we should strive for. And our intimate relationship is with our Lord Yeshua, whom God has sent. Righteousness does not mean perfect, because we're in a sinful world, which we cannot yet achieve. Instead, it means faithful and upright with a heart to do the will of God. With that, I wish you shalom.